Hello, it's story time, and today's story is The Salmon of Knowledge. Long ago in Ireland, when the world was very young and Grandad wasn't even born, there was a fish in the River Boy, a salmon, known as the Salmon of Knowledge. It was a beautiful fish, and anybody who caught this fish and ate it would be very, very wise. They would be the wisest person in Ireland. So lots of people were trying to be the first person to eat some of this fish. And one of them was a poet called Finnegas. And Finnegas had a little camp on the Boyne near Trim. And he spent 7 years trying to catch this fish, but he didn't catch it. He caught other salmon, but when he looked at them, he knew they were not the salmon of knowledge. One day, a young boy called Finn came along to Finnegas and said, "Can I help you?" And Finnegas said, "Yes, you can." So Finn helped him around the camp. He cooked for him sometimes, and he washed up afterwards, and he made sure the tent was tidy, while Finnegas sat on the bank of the river and fished, day after day after day. One day, Finnegas was fishing when he found that there was something on the end of his line. "I caught a fish," he said, and he started to reel in the fish. It was very big and very powerful, but Finnegas was still strong, though he was old, and he pulled the fish in. It was a beautiful salmon, and Finnegas knew straight away that this was the salmon of knowledge. All he had to do now was cook the fish and be the first to eat some of it, and then he would be the wisest man in Ireland. But he was tired after struggling to pull in the fish, so he said to Finn, "Will you cook this fish for me while I have a little nap? And then when the fish is ready, call me and I'll eat some of the fish." And Finn said, "Yes, of course." And Finnegas said, "Now remember, don't eat any of the fish yourself. I'll give you some when I've eaten enough." And Finn said yes, because he was a very good, obedient little child. So Finnegas went off to his bed and had a little snooze. Finn put the fish on the pan and started to cook it. When the fish was halfway done, Finn wanted to turn the fish, so he turned it with his hand. And because the fish was hot, his finger was sore, and he put his finger into his mouth to cool it down. But there was a little bit of the fish on his finger, and when he put it in his mouth, he swallowed that bit of fish. So Finn became the first person to eat some of the salmon. When the salmon was cooked, Finn called Finnegas, and Finnegas got up very excited. And he said, "Here we go, I'm going to eat some of the salmon of knowledge and be the wisest person in Ireland." And then he looked at Finn, and Finn looked different. He looked wiser and older. And Finnegas said, "Finn, did you eat any of that fish? I told you not to." And Finn said, "No, master, of course I didn't. But when I was turning the fish, I burned my finger and I put it in my mouth." And Finnegas looked at him and he knew what had happened. And he said, "Finn, you have been the first to eat of the salmon of knowledge. So you're now going to be the wisest person in Ireland." Finnegas was very, very sad, because he hoped that he would have been the wisest person in Ireland. But he was also glad, because he liked Finn. Finn soon left Finnegas, and he went on to become the leader of the Fianna, and a great warrior and a very, very wise man. The end. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Bye bye.